Ladies and gentlemen, we are here again for another movie review. This movie review actually is coming straight from CinemaCon 2024 because we had the honor of going checking it out at the premiere there. And I have here my co-host in this person also is here with me at CinemaCon 2024. That I'm Mike. What's up, Mike?
What's going on?
So we got to
Fog.
see this crazy movie. And I honestly, before we watched it, the only thing that was drawing me into this movie was Ryan Gosling. I've been watching Ryan Gosling since when he was the young Hercules. That's how long I've been watching him. Before he was in, of course, Remember the Titans. He was young Hercules, and then when he ended up coming out with a movie called Drive and A Place Beyond the Pines, I was like, this man is an actor. But what I didn't know is that he's hilarious. Like he's got so much charisma, but he's got great comedic timing. And this is no different. I think that he freaking rocked this movie in a lot of different ways. But I think that they also give homage to the stunt performers that are and have been predisposed with a lot of different injuries, even losing their lives. And I think that they use humor, but at the same time, they give so much honor by some of the stunt choreography in this movie that I was really surprised by. This is starring Ryan Gosling, Emily Blunt, Hannah Whittingham from Ted Lasso, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Stephanie Sue, who I man, everything everywhere all at once, Winston Duke, and a slew of other amazing actors and actresses. But Mike, what did you think about Fall Guy, and also how we got to see Fall Guy, and because there was a lot that happened with that. Got a dope presentation, light show. It was nuts.
Yeah, no, they had a presentation, Universal. Like we got that was day one that we able to see a full film, which I think that was the film that everybody was trying to see. I know that there was other screeners, but Fall Guy was the one we wanted to see, and we're getting good reactions to it. And I was looking forward to it. Just see like what this film is about. I had no anticipation of like, oh, I'm like, this is gonna be a good movie, whatever. Let me see this, but I love Emily Blunt. I love Ryan Gosling, and then have a having a great year, both of them, and now like Ryan Gosling is that these films like this is just a sign about going back to people just being movie stars, right? Instead of just characters, right? Like with certain films, like you focus more on the franchise. Like, no, now I'm going to go see the Ryan Gosling movie. I'm gonna go see the Emily Blunt movie and stuff now, right? Like you used to go see the Tom Cruise movies, right? There's not a lot of movie stars now where you say, "Oh, I'm going to see the Will Smith movie or something." Now I get to go see X-Men or Spider-Man or something like that, right? This going back to just movie blockbuster film and everything, and also in the industry, kind of being meta as well, like in a way of like stunt actors, which in the Oscars this past year they made a a montage of stunt actors and performers, and this is a love letter to them. I feel of like 80s and 90s action films, which I feel not just visual effects, just choreography and how to do action scenes, whatever. I think has been missing from
Yeah,
films, past couple decades. And this film is like one of a few others that in the past couple years. John Wick definitely being one of them, but yeah, definitely go back to stunts and actually know how to go back to filmmaking 101, but at the same time having fun with it. This is a fun movie. It's stupid sometimes and everything, doesn't take itself seriously, but again, I think it's still a good ride for people to enjoy. But yeah, I had a good time watching. It's definitely funny. And Ryan Gosling, he'll make you invested in his character even when he's being ridiculous. So
yeah, and this is also based off of an original little series called The Fall Guy. Some of which is a little different within the context of the movie. I'll kind of give you guys a brief synopsis of it. After leaving the business 1 year earlier, battle scarred stuntman Colt Seavers springs back into action when a star of a big studio movie suddenly disappears. As the mystery surrounding the missing actor deepens, Colt finds himself ensnared in a sinister plot that pushes him past the edge of fall into a dangerous stunt. Um, the thing about this movie, it is like Mike said, it is ridiculous. Like there are certain things that happen in this, and I was like, how are they gonna really pull this off? And I think that as far as the story, it's all about the love story. The love story is the cornerstone. You have like in the movie industry, like people that you are trying to strive to be. You have people that are just pursuing for certain things, and then there are certain couples that they ping off of each other. Whereas like Emily Blunt's character is a striving director, and Ryan Gosling's character just wants to be the best stuntman he can be and make sure people are safe. And when they are together, their chemistry is great. Even if it's cheesy, it's great. Even if it's like overlong, it's still great. And they are the epicenter of the film in a lot of different respects. Like there's a scene, I kid you not, where Ryan Gosling is in a car just singing and crying. And all of a sudden, Emily Blunt's character kind of knocks on, like, "Are you okay?" And just their comedic timing, but then their sincerity. And you can feel that there's real chemistry and history there. Like, I think because of the way they wrote this, it works for their character and build up. Another character in this that was really interesting was Aaron Taylor Johnson. He kind of is like the douchebag. I mean, he would technically be the Tom Cruise kind of character if Tom Cruise didn't do his own stunts. Like he is the it guy, and everything about him kind of is just over exaggerated. I think he pulls it off at times. Sometimes it's a little too cringy for me. But I love all the scenes with him and Ryan because Ryan is his stunt man, which is very fascinating. But as far as the story, again, it's really straight through the eyes. Like something happens, guy still is trying to be devoted to the woman that he loves, and he's trying to do the best he can with a terrible situation with a whole bunch of action. I think the highlight of this is the choreography and the stunt work. I think they make that the focal point. But what was your take on the Fall Guy? What was the strengths of the film?
I would just also say the ensemble of this film. Like, you have to also got knowledge Winston Duke as well in this film. Was I would completely surprise me, in this. Yeah, and also the Aaron Taylor Johnson, his manager in the film. I forgot the actress name. Who, uh, if you've seen Game of Thrones, yeah, that I'll always remember her.
Oh, you talking about Hannah?
Hannah, yes,
Hannah Whittingham. Like, yeah,
yes,
she made her mark on, of course, Game of Thrones first, but Ted Lasso. She is interesting in this movie.
yeah.
She's real interesting.
So that, but yeah, and also surprise cameos too, like, and very like, the one the strengths about comedy is timing, and they do definitely with that with this film. Yeah, I with again in terms of the industry of stunt work and stuff, going back to just doing just straight action scenes and everything, and but also doing what's it called, what situational humor or physical humor,
Yep.
with and stuff like that. But how to utilize the camera and your environment to your benefit when you're trying to capture a scene. As like, again, I know probably definitely might be like some visual effects in this film, obviously, but I think a lot of it really had to do with camera working and um in terms of angles and understanding, uh getting on an entire environment of a scene, cue right and everything, and also definitely the stunt actors being there. Even then, Ryan Gosling playing a stunt guy, he also has a stunt guy playing him. So that's there's a you'll see in the film and everything again. It's just like they definitely, this is a love letter to stunt actors, and they're definitely to not behind the scenes with this and everything. And I feel this is hopefully opening a new wave in the industry to go back to not hiding a good action scene, whatever, with just some CGI. Like, go back to knowing how to use a camera and learn how to choreograph, learn how to do that. It's like, and bring creativity to it as a director or filmmaker. That I feel like we've been kind of lacking these last, couple of years and stuff like that. But yeah, this is going back to genre films. I'll just say this, to me, like that's where I felt. Even then, is it the best movie in the world? No. Is it silly? Sometimes cringe? Yes. But it's going back to genre films, and I'm kind of appreciating that. And now we're now expanding the variety of what films and everything in the industry now. But yeah,
Yeah, I really harp on what he says that when Mad Max Fury Road came out, and that just came out swinging as far as like practical stunt work and like making it happen. Because from there, I mean, Tom Cruise has been killing it. We got Furiosa coming up soon. We got Monkey Man that just came out. So there's a whole lot to say. I mean, even with John Wick, we got Ballerina coming up. And I think that these kind of films are leaving the foundation as the reason why stunt performers finally are going to get recognized from an Oscar standpoint. And
yeah,
it would be, I think it would be fitting if Tom Cruise won an Oscar for his stunt work. I think that would be amazing. Anyway, I didn't mean to go on that route. But yeah, like Mike said, I think the sound ensemble is great. But as far as the action is concerned, I brought up Mad Max Fury Road because if Mad Max Fury Road is just showing point blank like this is action, this is what it can be, it's what it could be. I think Inception did that as well. But with this, it's like a love letter to it. So some stuff is going to be overly exaggerated, but then you're going to see certain techniques of how stunt performance are done, and at the same time, how dangerous they could be. There are certain situations where, um, as good as Ryan Gosling's character Colt is, some stuff is life threatening and there's no way back coming back from it. And I love that they treat both of those sides very specifically in the context of the film. Because this there are certain deaths, there are certain things that happen in this that are pretty messed up. I do think that the movie at times leans a little bit too on the cheesy side and the corny side at times, but it's so fun and entertaining that you kind of excuse it, especially by the end of the movie. By the time you get to the third act, like you're along for the ride, and I think you're behind the characters. You want things to work out the way the hope you hope that it does. But as far as the rating is concerned, I rate this at a 8 or 8.5 out of 10. It's a good ride. I actually had a lot of fun with it. I do think it's really cheesy and corny at times and over exaggerated. But I think that's the point of it, and especially when you watch the credits of it, you see why they did this movie. I think you'll understand the foundation of why the movie was made. But Mike, what's your closing thoughts on the movie and final rating?
I think this is a good film to watch on a date or with your couple or spouse, whatever, to laugh, or even with some friends, just to have a good time. Popcorn film. I think again, watching the chemistry between Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt does not disappoint. Ryan Gosling continued to prove that again he is going back to being he is a movie star. People will go see the film, for many different reasons for him, obviously, but also because of his personality, his charisma. The main thing is charisma. But yeah, again, I keep not like sound like a broken record, but this is a love letter to stunt actors, performers, and everything. Hopefully, it's a staple in the industry for people to realize and give more appreciation to these people that have been here all along. But yeah, shout out to the ensemble of this cast: Winston Duke, Aaron Taylor Johnson, other actors. Well, that's will cameo in this movie and everything. But yeah, guys, yeah, I will say. My only negative, I was just say just closing thoughts. They could shave about a good 10 or 15 minutes from this. It was a little bit too long, but that's just the only say nitpick right there. But aside from that, I think you guys will enjoy yourself when you go see this film, Fall Guy.
Yes, sir. So you heard it here first, guys. Again, we did watch this at CinemaCon. Go and check out some of our CinemaCon coverage. We've got recaps, we got reviews, we got discussions, and we got a lot more content coming. We are also going to be going to TIFF. We're going to be covering hopefully Tribeca and a couple other things like San Diego Comic Con. So stay tuned for a lot more coverage coming out. Mike, where can everybody find your content, man?
Yeah, you can find me on YouTube and on Instagram at Jedi Mike 7 right here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we're gonna head out, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell button, go to the description bar below, check out Mike's content on his YouTube channel, and we will see you guys soon. Peace, people. Go check out Fall Guy. Wait, there it is.
Filing out the top of
I can see the skyline, 50 mile radius on my timeline. Ain't nothing on my mind.